Hello and welcome to this mid-morning taste challenge. I have two bourbon whiskeys. This is Evan Williams Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. It's charcoal filtered and genuine sour mash. Now, if you get the black bottle, the common one, that's 86 proof. It does not say charcoal filtered or sour mash, but I believe it is. It just doesn't say it on the bottle. This one does. This is aged 3 years. So this is a 3-year age. The regular bottle is at least 4 years. This is an odd one, the green label. If you look on Evan Williams' website, they don't list this. As far as the website is concerned, it does not exist. But I found it on the Heaven Hill website in their product specification. So it's got a nice green label with gold and white trim. And I can get, now well, I'll show you about it. I can get these for $4.99 a bottle. This is a $3.75, so that's $9.98 for a full-size bottle. So this day and age, to get a Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey for $9.98 for 750 milliliters is amazing, but I can get it. I might buy some more today, but I doubt it. Here, because I've got another full half. This is Jeppson's Bourbon, a blend of straight bourbon whiskeys. Introduced in 2020. This is bottled. It's blended and bottled in Chicago, Illinois. So it's blended and bottled in Illinois, but it's not produced there. It's actually a blend of Kentucky. It's a blend of Tennessee, Kentucky, and Indiana straight bourbon whiskey. So Tennessee, then go up to Kentucky, and then travel to Indiana. And the straight bourbon whiskeys are coming from those 3 states. All right. And it's, I forgot to put the corn rye in it. All right. So it's, 75% corn whiskey, 21% rye, so that puts you at 96, and 4% malted barley. How they achieve that, getting 3 different straight bourbons in from 3 different states, I don't know, but that's what they claim. It's aged at least 4 years. So we got a 3-year 80 proof versus a 4-year blend of straight bourbons. So this is straight bourbon. This is a blend of straight bourbons. Those are 2 different classes of whiskey. So you could make the argument, why are you doing a taste challenge with 2 different classes of bourbon? Okay, fair enough. But they're similar. But yeah, bourbon comes in different formats. It comes in, well, actually types. Types is whiskey. I'm sorry. So there's a class of liquor called whiskey. That's a class, whiskey. And then it comes in different types: bourbon whiskey, straight bourbon whiskey, blended bourbon whiskey, a blend of straight bourbon whiskeys, and so forth. All right. So we've got a straight bourbon whiskey versus a blend of straight bourbon whiskeys. Interesting fact: a straight bourbon whiskey cannot have any flavoring or coloring added, comma, although a blend of straight bourbon whiskeys is allowed to have flavoring and coloring added, and they do not have to disclose it. So am I claiming this has flavoring and coloring added? No, I'm not. I have no evidence whatsoever that it has that. Doesn't taste like it. But also it's allowed, and they don't have to tell you. So if you called the company or sent them an email and they would not answer the question, then you got your answer. So like if you contact them and say, do you add flavoring or coloring to this product, and they refuse to answer the question or avoid the answer, avoid the question, then you'll know the answer. Then they have it. But I'm not interested enough to call them, but it's curious. It's a curious thing. Introduced only 4 years ago. Now I know Jeppson's is old, that Malort. They've been making that strange liquor called Malort, which I don't even think is listed under a class in the U.S. Tax and Trade Bureau website. It's so obscure, I don't even think they list it as a class of liquor. It might be under something like distilled spirit specialty or something like that. All right, so there's the Evan Williams, beautiful plastic bottle. All right, now I'm going to do a screen. Oh, yeah, poured them. So the Jeppson's is darker, which makes sense. It's aged longer, and it's plenty stronger. 100 proof, versus 80 proof. This should not be a challenge. I've gotten one right and one wrong in this series so far. 1-1, not a good record. I feel like the Philadelphia Eagles right now, or the Dallas Cowboys. Oh man. So here's the Heaven Hill main website. This is their parent website. Specifications. AW Green, that's Evan Williams Green Bourbon. 80 proof, 80%. They're showing 80 degrees, but that's the little symbol for proof. 40% alcohol, 80 degrees. Proof. It comes in a 175, 1.75 liters, a 1 liter, and a 750. But where is the 375? They're not listing that. I think it's continued, but there's probably so many of these little bottles in a warehouse somewhere that have 10 years to dissipate those bottles. And price has stayed the same for 3 years, $4.99 for 3 years. So that's their website. So you can look up bourbon, and then here's some other bourbons they sell. Elijah Craig Toasted. Well, we all know about Elijah Craig. Fraser and Thompson, Fighting Cock, and Few Bourbon. G2G Rye, G2G Wheat, Heaven Hill, Heaven Hill, Heaven Hill. Henry McKenna Single Barrel, Old Fitzgerald, Parker Heritage, Widow Jane. And then there's one called Bourbon, but these are even more, these are like their economy brands that they don't list separately. Bluff Springs, Capital, Echo Spring, JTS Brown, JW Dant, Kentucky Deluxe, Mellow Bourbon, TW Samuels, Virginia or Virgin Bourbon. So there are so many brands of bourbon that Heaven Hill makes. It's craziness. Now here's their main brand. Well, I'm not going through all that, but you've heard of Admiral Nelson, Black Velvet, and all that. Here's Jeppson's beautiful Glencairn bottle. Unfortunately, I broke all of mine. 75% corn, 21% rye, 4% malted whiskey, 100 proof. That's the bottle we get here in Louisiana, 100 proof. You notice they changed the bottle design? I hate the new bottle, but I mean, it's not terrible looking, but it's dull as dishwater. It's so dull. There's a 90 proof. I'd rather try the 90 proof, but we don't get it. Then there's something called a single barrel program from Jeppson's. Cast strength bourbon, barrel finished bourbon. So they have a lot of different stuff. You know, you can explore many things with their concoctions. That's an independent bottler. They don't make bourbon. They just bottle it, blend it and bottle it according to as they see fit. They do a lot of that in Scotland. Whereas Evan Williams has a number of distilleries. Louisville, Bardstown, there might be more than those two. Burley Sullivan says, you. All right, cheers back to you. Put on the lamps, because it is a little bit overcast out there. All right. Corn grits, yellow corn grits, or white corn, white hominy. You say they don't use hominy grits in bourbon, idiot. I didn't say they did. I said that's what it smells like. A little more robust here. A little caramel, a little candy corn. Robust candy corn, some molasses. Must be the Jeppsons, because I mean, I don't see that Evan Williams green label would be that rich. And let me know, y'all, if you get the green label, because most people I talk to never heard of it. They don't sell it in my town. Where I live, they don't sell this. No way. I've never seen it in this town, ever. Black label, easily found. White label, 100 proof, everybody got it. Green label, you'll never see it. Now, have I overlooked it? Maybe at one of the convenience stores? Probably, but I'm just telling you, I've never seen it here. Now, but into New Orleans, yes, I've seen it at Star, seen it at Elio's Wine Warehouse, seen it at obviously International Market where I bought it. All right, taste time. Now, why did I buy this over the glass bottle? No particular reason. they were offering the glass bottle for $10, $7.50. But I didn't. I had it in the past, but I bought these 2 half-size plastic. So that's just what I'm doing. All right. Tastes good, corn. Tastes strong though. I don't know. Can that be 80 proof for that strength? That's coming at me hard. Like, ooh. I don't know, man. Mild, mellow, easy going. Corn syrup, candy corn, honeysuckle nectar, sugar water. That's got to be that. Does it have that sour mash, like sourdough bagel flavor? A little bit of that. Sour mash bourbon to me tastes like a sourdough bagel, but what do I know for bagels? Even if I did, wouldn't even matter because of the other thing. But you know what I mean? But I'll have some bagels in my refrigerator. The everything bagels, which are irritating because the seeds go everywhere. Yeah, that's the Jeppsons because there's no way that's 80 proof. No way. Got it. All right. So was it really a challenge? Not really. Not much of one. So are you going to confuse the 80 proof with a 100 proof bourbon? It's unlikely. So remember, this is a straight bourbon whiskey. And the other one is not a straight bourbon whiskey. It is a blend of straight bourbon whiskeys. But itself is not considered a straight bourbon because they can add flavoring and coloring. So isn't that amazing? It's a blend of straight bourbon. But when you add the 3 parts together, it's not a straight bourbon. It's a blend of them. You say, well, that's semantics. Well, it's not semantics. It's the law. It's not the understanding of words. It's the understanding of the regulation. And the regulation is clear. Although I don't understand why it exists, but Craig Swenson says, wearing a Blue Moon shirt. Yep. You must be working for the Blue Moon Craft Brewery. Well, they sent me this shirt. They sent me a t-shirt, a bottle opener. Not that you need that because they're twist caps. They sent me 2 glasses, 2 Blue Moon glasses. And they sent me some other stuff. I don't remember. This was like in 2014, 10 years ago. Did I ask for it? No, I did not. I did not ask for it. All I told them on their Facebook page was, I've reviewed Blue Moon. We're favorable towards it. I didn't say we loved it. And then they contacted me and said, we watched your video. Thanks a lot. And I gave it a C. I didn't give it an A. My daughter gave it an A. I gave it a C. So they were saying, thanks a lot for giving it an average score. Like, did they watch the whole video? I don't know. I remember when I did the New Belgium Abbey Ale. Try finding that these days. You'd be hard pressed to find that. But I loved it. They used to make a Blue Moon at Mountain Abbey Ale. Can you believe that? But when I did the for years, this was for years, no longer the case. But when I did New Belgium Abbey Ale, they had my video on their website for years. They posted my YouTube video on their website. And I gave it an A-. I didn't give it an A, I gave it an A-, but it had. But then they got bought out and things changed and they didn't have it anymore. They might have watched some of my political videos and took it down. Say, oh, that guy's anti-war. Get him off of here. But I'm not saying they did that, but darn well I'm just joking. I know it's Coors. I know about these things from watching your videos. Yes, it is Coors. And I get a kick out of it when I watch people's videos and they'll say, I don't think Blue Moon's the same since they got bought out by Coors. I get a kick out of that. That cracks me up to no end. Because Blue Moon was started by Coors. It was no buyout. It was always a craft style beer. It was never independent. That is too funny. And they'll say the same thing for Plank Road. Well, Plank Road Brewery got bought out by Miller. I'm like, no. Sorry, Plank Road Brewery is Miller. The Miller Brewing Company brewery is on Plank Road. in Milwaukee, and the original one was the new one might be too. It's not a plank road anymore. It's concrete. I said, and it was never bought out. It was just some marketing thing they did, which was successful, but it's funny. Like Karen said in Goodfellas, it's funny. It's funny, with the helicopter flying. All right. Is Jeppson's better than Evan Williams? Yes, it is better. I can get this for $9.98, a full size bottle, and I got to pay $29.99 for this. Although, like I said, my friend David got it for $15 on a super sale, $15. Crazy. But we got to go with the regular price, the available price. The available price right now, today, I can get it for $29.99. I can still get this for $9.98. $9.98. I'll have something change when I go over to that store today, but I don't think it did. But is it really $19 better? Well, now that's debatable. Is it $19 better? That's definitely debatable. You will watch a lot of videos where people slag on Evan Williams. I mean, you wouldn't even have to work for that. You could just look that up on YouTube at random Evan Williams videos, and they're going to be people talking trash about it. Oh, it's the worst. It's garbage. It's filth. If I went to a wedding reception and the only liquor they had was Evan Williams, I'd drink water. All this business. It's like, nah. And then you taste it and you're like, nah, I'm tasting it. It's not trash. It's not garbage. In fact, I don't know. It's not even average. It's kind of like at least above average or good, like literally it's good. It tastes good. It's been on the market since 1955. It's popular. That's because people drink it and they hate it. They go to the Walmart because here Walmart sells liquor. They go to Walmart and buy a handle of it and they come home and sip on it and think, oh, this stuff's terrible. It is absolutely terrible. I can't wait to go buy another handle. It's insanity. Now, but you got other fanatics, you got Jack Daniels people. I would never drink Evan Williams. Never. Jack Daniels. I drink Jack. I drink Jack and Coke. We go and watch the LSU game. Okay. You ever tried Evan Williams? Oh, I would never drink that. That's garbage. It's like, really? You ever tried it? No, because I wouldn't drink it. Yeah, but have you ever tried it? Like you probably don't know what it tastes like. Oh, I wouldn't drink. I don't lower myself to that. But then if you put them in a blind taste test, they probably pick the Evan Williams. Oh man, let me be. Tommy Cow says Louisiana liquor reviews. Let me clarify. Contributed. Let me clarify. Contributed. Okay. I don't understand the comment, but I appreciate it. Okay. Personal preference. Well, I would pick the Evan Williams actually because I like milder bourbons. This would be better for me. 80 proof. It's mild, mellow, smooth, easygoing, enjoyable. Everything I like. This one's too hot, too strong, too powerful. 100 proof. Now the critics would say you're weak. Let's face it, you're weak. You're a mouse. You're not a man. A real man would prefer a 100 proof bourbon or a blend of straight bourbons. Yes, that's true. I'll just be a mouse and I'll be satisfied with my mousy existence to drink this Evan Williams. But to each his own. Oh, I missed your first comment. But there is no first. The only comments there's, of course, this platform has errors, but the only comments they're showing is Louisiana liquor reviews. Let me clarify. Contributed, and then it says Louisiana liquor reviews. You missed my first comment. That's it. That's the only thing it's showing from you, Tommy. Can't explain it. So yeah, I clarified thing. What ongoing parameter, and I agree with that. triangular general principles. So anyway, the winner, I mean, I won, I got it right, but the winner, it's hard to say because it's a personal preference issue. Are they both quality products? Yes, certainly. Is one better than the other? That's debatable because it depends on your frame, your reference point. You see, it's all about what you want to drink. It'd be like arguing over what's the best way to have a lasagna. You said, well, I like it this way and I like it that way. And then you go back and forth. And it's like, well, it could all be good because it's personal preference. Or how to fry shrimp, or you got to use flour, Can't use corn, can't use cornmeal. Only an idiot would use cornmeal. And then the cornmeal faction says, are you crazy? If you use flour, that means that you do not enjoy the good life, and that kind of stuff. So, all right. Well, y'all take care. Thanks for watching. And sorry I couldn't understand your comments, Tommy, but it's nothing unusual for stuff not to show up. People will ask me, why you never answer my comment on this? I never saw the comment. And then I'll get the comment 10 years later. Like literally, it'll show up 10 years later. It'll say, you didn't answer this comment, and it'll be from 10 years ago. Can't explain it, but that's what happens. All right, y'all take care. Bye-bye.